All right, Paul Harris is back with us, and Sophie just informed me it's a National Clean Your Keyboard Day.
Thank you.
So in the business theme, happy Clean Your Keyboard Day, Paul.
Likewise.
Make sure you get to work and get that done.
I shall.
Okay, good. All right, let's talk about the favorite tax that everyone loves, the property transfer tax.
Yeah, it probably comes as no great surprise to find that a new poll has found that most British Columbians find it a very unfair tax, an unfair burden. I mean, anyone who owns a house has gone through this process. It's a progressive tax, probably introduced in an era when house prices were a great deal lower.
Yes.
Certainly now, if you think of a home costing you $1 million in Metro Van, which is quite easy to do, that's going to be a 10 grand property tax.
Right.
Transfer tax that you're going to face. What the
and for people who are close to, you know, they don't have a lot of money to move in houses, I mean, it's a lot. It's a big hit on.
That's 10 grand in that, followed by the legal fees, followed by the real estate fees. You can be spending 30 grand just on that.
Yeah, just on the
fees.
That
piece alone.
Yes.
Which is a real burden. People feel it's unfair, according to the new poll from Ipsos Reid, and the Real Estate Board of Greater Vancouver wants to see some changes.
Okay.
Right now, the tax is progressive in that you pay 1% on the first $200,000 you spend on a house, and then 2% on anything over that.
Right.
What the board wants to do is increase the threshold, so you pay 1% on the first 525 rather than 200, and then 2% thereafter, which would reduce the burden considerably.
Sure.
In fact, they're estimating it would actually reduce the burden by about a quarter.
Right. I'm sure the government is not into that.
It's not overly popular with either party, actually. They get about $600 million a year in revenue from this transfer tax. I mean, it's a hell of a piece of business for them. And Mike DeYoung, the finance minister, said that there's no room to make this kind of change in the foreseeable. And Bruce Ralston, the finance critic for the NDP, has said that while they're open to examining the transfer tax, unless it was a revenue neutral change, in other words, didn't actually result in a net reduction in tax, then they're not going to entertain it. But which is not much comfort to homeowners, but I suppose is in many ways a reality of where we are now. Yeah,
no kidding. All right, if you want to go to BIV.com for more details for business in Vancouver, we should do a poll one day here on the show about taxes you would love to get rid of. That
would be high on the list, I'm sure.
Yeah, that would be one of them. And also that one where the freight and handling, where you buy a car, where it's sitting in front of you, yet you have to pay for it to show up in front of you.
And the airport improvement tax, too, would be one of my
There's lots of them. All right, thanks very much for that, Paul.
Thanks, Steve.